Hi there, welcome to this corner of the internet. If you have somehow stumbled upon this video, I am very happy you're here because this is my very first video for my AuthorTube channel. And it feels so weird to say it out loud. I have been toying with the idea of opening this channel for more than 1 year now. I am a huge overthinker though, so just kept pushing it back. But it's a new year, sort of, and I thought if I keep waiting for the perfect moment, I am never gonna do it. And here I am recording this, and I will just regret it later. To share something about me, I am almost 33 years old. I am a foreigner living in the US. English is not my first language, as you can probably tell by my fantastic accent. So I apologize if you find mistakes and mispronunciations throughout the video. I am an introvert at heart. Quite shy actually, although you wouldn't say that about someone who's ready to broadcast their face on the internet. I can also be a bit of a chatterbox though when speaking about things I'm passionate about. I have a background in science and a pretty standard 9-to-5 job. Writing though is that thing I keep going back to and the dream I can't let go of. So that's why I'm here. Writing has been my goal since I can remember. I started scribbling and writing as soon as I could hold a pen in my hands, especially on the wall for my mom's dismay. And I really haven't stopped since. Although, with some interruptions here and there, but that's a story for later. I was in fact in a big reading and writing slump for quite a while, and I am recovering right now. This past year was pretty good. I started reading again and kind of writing-ish again, and I hope to never stop. In fact, I joined a reading club, a book club actually, last year, and I am pretty happy about it. I haven't finished the book and the meeting is tomorrow, but I promise I will. The people I've met through it are fantastic and I am glad I did it. I used to be a huge bookworm growing up. You couldn't separate me from my books. I would have at least one book with me everywhere I went, sometimes more than one. I preferred reading fantasy, but you could literally put anything in front of me and I would read it. In fact, one of my favorite writers is actually Agatha Christie. I just stopped completely when I started college because having to sit all day long at a desk reading textbooks to pass exams just sucked the joy out of it. And I don't really have the same attention span I used to have. That doesn't really help either. I stepped back from writing too during college years. I was a big writer in middle school and high school. I used to write a lot of short stories and poetry. I was lucky enough to have fantastic supportive teachers, and I think that really helped. And I was also a consumer and writer of fan fictions, but my old username will die with me. You can pry it from my cold dead hands before I ever admit what it was. I technically finished a novel, a full-length novel 10 years ago during college, and that's like the last thing I ever wrote before now. It was a fantasy romantic story. My idea was to have it part of a series, and I had been writing that. I had been working at it for the 10 years prior, so that idea is actually 20 years old now. Jeez. I tried to publish it when I finished it through crowdfunding service that was available in my country. It didn't go well. I didn't succeed, and it just ended up abandoned in a folder in my computer for the past decade. To be honest, I was insecure about that story. I didn't feel it was that good, although I was very proud to have finished it. I can say that. Romantasy was very frowned upon at the time, so that didn't really help, like, motivating me to work at it. But I can say now it's one of the projects I'm trying to work at, so hopefully it will maybe see the light of the day sometime in the future, if ever. I'm trying. I just want to write again. I feel the need to write again. It's something that brings me so much joy. And that's kind of why I want to create this channel. It will be a sort of personal video journal in this little journey why I learned to find the process of writing and the process of being creative magical and fun again after all this time of being insecure and doubting myself and feeling like I can't do it. The reasons I'm starting this channel are mainly two. The first one is for self-accountability, because I tend to get in my own way a lot. I am an overanalyzer, very perfectionist, and I procrastinate to the point that I just start thinking I'm not good enough. I struggle with imposter syndrome. Sometimes I actually think, am I even good enough to have imposter syndrome? Shouldn't I have accomplished something before having the right of feeling I have imposter syndrome? So yeah, this is my sort of way to try and push past it. The second reason is for connection. I have been watching videos on AuthorTube for quite a while now, and the feeling of community that I get from these videos is just incredible. The joy and the support that people get on AuthorTube, no matter where you're at, no matter where you're coming from, is astonishing and is very inspiring. It's so wholesome to see new channels get the same joy and the same response that more navigated writers get. It's nice. It's I would like to share in that feeling, because it honestly makes me so happy when a writer I follow shares a new video, or when I get a reply to a comment I left. It's like a virtual family almost, and I feel like I need something like that. I want to find other writers who might be in the same boat as I am, but to feel less lonely in the process, and also to learn from people who have walked that path already. To be fair, being an immigrant in a foreign country can feel quite lonely, and I haven't really found many people I can relate to here. So I tend to look at the virtual, at the internet a lot to find that sense of community and that sense of belonging. And I feel like I have found it in AuthorTube. And I know I can share the joy of like the feeling you have when you bring your idea to life, the sensation and the pride you feel when like something that was just a thought became words and then became a physical book that you can hold in your hands. It's amazing, it's wholesome, and I experienced it, and I feel joy watching other people experiencing it. So I just want to be part of that, I think. And even if nobody ends up watching this video, I just feel that if I put myself out there, it's gonna make me feel more secure and more motivated in what I'm doing and in pursuing this dream. Even if I don't really share my story with anybody in the end, that might very well happen. I just want to write at the moment. We'll think about sharing it later. So yeah, what can you expect from this channel? Mainly I would like to share progress check-ins. Would like to share glimpses in the life of a returning aspiring writer who also has a full-time job, and maybe writing blogs. I love watching writing blogs, it's one of my favorite things, but that will happen if I can push myself to actually write instead of just plotting and daydreaming about doing it. And mainly I just want it to be a space where I can share with no shame and without feeling judged what I'm working on and what I'm struggling with. So yeah, that's it. That's most of it. And I want to thank you for being here. I hope to see you next time, and bye for now.